So an example was, okay, I got a Gucci bag. As soon as, probably 2 weeks, she was talking about, let's go to Greece for our birthday and stuff. I was thinking, I've just literally got you an expensive gift. Can't you just wait?
Why can't we do both?
She only valued this man based on what he could provide for her. And he didn't see that early on. And now he's paying for it later on, right? Spending $5,000 on a Gucci bag. She wants Fendi. She wants a Gucci bucket hat. And she also wants that vacation. And if he can't provide it, then there's going to be issues in a relationship because of the woman that he chose. So make sure that you guys are choosing the right women. What's going on, fellas? It's your boy Gio back with another one. Appreciate you guys joining me today. On my channel, I help men grow by 1% a day, every day. If that is your aim, make sure you hit that like button for your boy. Make sure you hit that subscribe button for your boy. And let's get straight to this action. So look, we got an ungrateful woman at hand, okay? And it's a lot of lessons that we can learn from this reaction. And I just want to guide you guys through this and really just give you guys my insight on it. But let's get straight to it, all right?
Jamal, you were the one that reached out to come to therapy. Was there anything in particular that you wanted to talk about?
So yeah, I've experienced therapy before. I've done a solid 8 months. And I think this was so beneficial for our relationship. The reason why obviously I brought Deborah to therapy with me is I feel like she doesn't value my words. So I'm just questioning my manhood as well.
In what way?
So being a provider, I provide for her, of course, but I feel like with her high expectations and the things that she expects from me is going above and beyond the person that I probably am. So an example was, okay, I got a Gucci bag. As soon as, probably 2 weeks, she was talking about, let's go to Greece for our birthday and stuff. I was thinking, I've just literally got you an expensive gift. Can't you just wait?
Why can't we do both?
Yeah, we can do both, but times have changed. I'm looking to buy a house. I've got a project in Ghana I'm obviously sorting out. Obviously got a new project I'm even doing, a health retreat as well, which obviously costs a lot of money. And I just feel like Deborah needs to actually understand money, understand the value of money, and the time that needs to be put into that. Deborah doesn't really value money. It's all cool when she's by herself, but when it's us, together, that can't really run anymore. It seems like it's being more of an anchor. We're trying to build together, right? That's what relationships are all about.
All right, in this situation, you can see the ungratefulness already. Just bought her a $5,000 Gucci bag, if I'm not mistaken, that's the price tag. And then talking about a vacation, she says, why can't we do both? So we have a woman who don't value money, and we have a guy who's trying to build for his future. But let's continue.
So personally, if she wants it to flourish, then she needs to kind of think about the money aspect of things. I feel like she's controlling. She doesn't allow me to do particular things. So my social media.
Allow you?
Yes, allow me.
Oh, please.
Yeah, so my social.
All right. It's no way that a man should ever come out his mouth to say that his woman doesn't allow him to do anything, right? You see, this man doesn't have cojones, all right? He's not dictating what goes on in his relationship. His woman is dictating it, right? But look, let's continue.
Social media activity.
You actually do what you like. Let's get that right.
Hold on, babe, let's not do that. She asked me the question. Okay, cool. So yeah, she just controlled my social media activity. Obviously that's
because you do too much.
That's what generates me money as well. So that's obviously is buying the gifts for her. So there shouldn't really be a problem. But she's
what, Clubhouse buying me gifts?
Yeah, if I'm making money, I'm monetizing off it. Of course, it's a problem.
So tell me, your business.
Yeah.
Do you market yourself through social media?
Yeah. So obviously, a lot of it's through social media, through marketing. A lot of it's mouth to mouth as well. But the issue is she just feels that because I'm on social media, she just thinks I'm doing it out of leisure rather than business.
And it isn't totally leisure. It
no,
is.
Majority. So I'll say if we're gonna put it on percentages, I'll say 80% is business, 20% is we have leisure.
And do you understand that? No.
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 So when I'm buying these gifts, so what?
Okay, first of all, let's just calm down because Clubhouse does not generate enough funds for you to buy me a Gucci bag.
Have you seen my accounts?
That's for one. Secondly, it's just the social media for me is just too obsessive. this excuse about how it's, you know, it's part of your business, etc., etc., it doesn't take away from the fact that I still like expensive gifts. Like, you know, the girl that you got with. Jamal knows the type of girl that he got with. Like, I like looking good and I like the luxury brands, the Fendis, the Gucci's. The next purchase that I want Jamal to get for me is a Prada bucket hat.
All right, so we obviously see the entitlement and the selfishness, right? But as men, we always take accountability for our actions, right? He chose this woman. He knew the type of woman that he was dealing with before he got engaged and got involved with this woman, right? So for him to get involved with this woman, knowing the type of standard she had, it's on him to maintain that standard, right? I never want you guys to introduce a lifestyle to a woman that you cannot maintain, all right? But let's continue.
Like, he knows the girl he got with. I'm a female. You're my boyfriend. I expect for my boyfriend to look after me. Like, and that's just it. So you bringing this up is, you know,
Tell me.
I'm not really understanding.
When he gives you these gifts, what does that make you feel like?
It makes me feel like a princess. When I was younger, my dad, even till this day, like, he treats me like a princess, and that's my expectation of a man. You know, towards the beginning, he started off like that, you know, slightly, but now it's completely down the drain. Like, there's nothing
Down
like
drain.
that.
So I treat you like a princess no more, no?
No, he doesn't.
You can see the hurt in that man's face when she said, "You don't treat me like a princess anymore." Just thinking about how much money he's dishing out to her, thinking about how much effort he's putting in and has put in, for her to say that, it's like all of your efforts going down the drain.
So, as far as you're concerned, just explain to me how you want him to treat you.
I would definitely say, you know, I don't want to put a timestamp on like how often you should get me gifts, but I just feel like, you know, here and there. I think the last time he bought me something was September, my birthday, which was the Gucci bag. That's the last time that I've gotten like an expensive gift.
But
And
the
if it's not,
value on these gifts, is the value on these gifts, is it the value of the gift or is it something else?
I think it's a bit of both. You know, I like to look good, and Jamal knows this. So it's just about keeping up. I think I don't think he really keeps up as a man. I don't think I'm asking for too much to look. Do you know what I mean? To look good.
That's a little manipulation right there. Don't you want me to look good? Just to get him to continue paying for the things, the expensive things that she likes, right? And then she attacks his manhood by saying, "I don't think he's keeping up," right? And she kind of ties his ability to maintain this lifestyle of expensive gifts to pleasing her and his manhood, right? She ties his ability to provide expensive gifts to his manhood, and that's just downright wrong. But let's continue.
Do you not want me to look good?
I would love you to look good, but I feel like I'm 27 right now and she's 24. So me, I'm looking at assets, I'm looking at builds, I'm thinking about building our future.
I don't think age got to do anything with
does,
it.
because I feel like it just...
All right, so she said age doesn't have anything to do with it. Wrong. You see, when you're in your mid-20s, that is your building stage. I made a video in which I told guys, hey, look, between the ages of 18 and 30, and I probably should have said 35, 40, you need to be grinding, focused on your purpose, right? And that's because guys don't hit their financial stride until they hit about 35, 40, 45 years old, right? So age has a lot to do with it. He needs to be laying foundations down. If he's spending a lot of money on Gucci, Louis, Fendi, and not focusing on building his assets, then he's setting himself up for future failure, right? Retirement, done. Let's continue.
Just here for the fast life, you're here for the now, you're not thinking forward. Like, I'm doing the best for both of us, not just myself. Like, before I was saving for myself, but now you've come into the picture, I feel like I'm carrying the ship, driving the ship, literally being the ship.
I mean, I feel like you're making excuses now. For me, it's like you can't set a standard at the start and then completely change it. Like, that's not going to work for me. At the beginning, you were keeping up. You were buying me the gifts. You were taking me out. And now, all of a sudden, it's changed. Every female in a relationship should be treated like a princess. And that is the standard that I have set, and that is the standard that we set as females. Any guy that can't take their girl out regularly, buy her gifts, and attend to her needs, you're not ready to be in a relationship. Take a break, decide what you want to do, get your money up, and then we go again. So
I respect that statement. If you as a man do not have your shit together enough to be able to take care of a woman, save for retirement, expend money on assets, if you don't have the money to do all of those things while taking care of that woman, you know what I mean, then you don't need a relationship. You do not need to be in a relationship if you don't have your shit together, if you don't have your shit established, okay? So guys, stop worrying about relationships. Stop chasing women. You know what I mean? It's cool. Deal with them in your 20s, but y'all shouldn't be worrying about locking down relationships until you post 30. You know what I mean? But prior to that, focus on building your assets, building your finances, focusing on your retirement. All right? Let's get to it.
So why do you have a girlfriend if you can't afford it? Is that what you're...
Whoa. This is your first relation. Don't do that.
Oh,
What kind of places were you going to?
wow. Are we going there?
Yeah.
Sorry, Denise. Are we going there?
Yeah, we're going to do that.
So you're going to say,
Wait,
tell the
no,
world
this-
that...
No, hold on.
You're going to tell the world that this is my first relationship. That's embarrassing.
Babe.
So
Babe,
Sorry, Jamel, what are you talking about?
I'm saying that this is our first relationship, so I feel like
that's besides the fact. I have spoken to guys before. I've, dated a few guys. I've had experience with guys, but that's what we're not going to do. Like, I've spoken to guys before. It's not been as successful, yeah, fair enough, but you can't say that I don't know about relationships.
So, did you have any kind of idea?
All right, so she has no relationship muscles and she's 24 years old. So all throughout high school, no boyfriend. All throughout college, if she even went to college, no boyfriend. And now, a few years post-college, if she went, this is her first relationship, right? So 23 years old, her first relationship. So you guys got to keep that in mind as well, right? So she goes from daddy spoiling her to 23 years old, first relationship, and now she's going to expect you to spoil her. Let's continue.
Idea of the way a relationship would work?
it's clear that me and Deborah are on two different pages of life. Obviously, I'm 27, she's 24. I'm living for like the later, trying to get my property and other things. And also she's trying to live within the now, like the fast life, the flashy things. I've been there, done that. Like, it's great, but right now we need to think about things for the future. I need to flourish, and I don't want it to be a thing where she's anchoring my life. I want it to be a thing where we're going together and going places together. I think that's the way we should be going. To provide in this relationship, and most of the time I do handle the finances. Would I say it's something that I learned growing up? Not really, but it's something that I did pick up along the way, and that's how I plan to move forward.
And is that the way you like it?
Yeah, 100%. I'm pulling faces, sorry. I just think he could do a bit more as a man. My expectations of Jamel is to, yes, be the provider, but then you also have to look after me as my boyfriend. Do you get what I mean? And I feel like there's been a lack of that as of recent. He seems to not want to buy me certain things that I asked for.
What, expensive stuff?
Yeah, and on top of that, like, I like going to restaurants, Haksan, Sexy Fish, and that's the sort of restaurants that I like to go to. Jamel doesn't really, because he's saving for a house, I guess that's the excuse he's using these days. He doesn't want to do what he needs to do as a man, as my boyfriend, as my man. What normal girl doesn't want to go Hakkasan, Sexy Fish? Is actually the norm. Me and my girls, before we were in relationships, we took ourselves there. So I expect my man to take me there. It's the norm. It's a no-brainer.
What are your expectations of him as a man?
Once again, if you set an expectation for a woman, you must be able to live up to those expectations you set. So all of those expensive first dates, know that she's going to expect that second, third, fourth, fifth, 25th, 120th date too. All right?
Definitely to look after me, to cover me financially. I know we've only been together for a year, but that's my expectation from the get-go. When I was younger, my dad used to take me everywhere I needed to go. Even when I was driving, he was still taking me where I needed to go. So that's what I expect of Jamel, just to basically be there for me as my protector, provider. And
Jamel, what are your expectations?
All right, once again, so I'm gonna talk to the fathers right now. So she said her dad used to take her wherever she needs to go. She also said her dad used to get her everything she wanted. For you dads out there that think it's in your daughter's best interest to spoil her and give her everything that she can possibly imagine, you are setting your daughters up for relationship issues, right? So this is a situation where a dad can be in a household, but because of the way he raises his daughter, it can set her up and put her in position to have issues in relationships. Okay, I have money as a dad, and I don't need to give my children everything because they need to know and understand what it feels like to work for it. Because once they understand what it feels like to work for it, then they'll be able to respect it, and it'll help them moving forward in life. Let's continue.
It's funny she says that because I feel like I do that already. I think the question I've actually got for Deborah is, what exactly do you bring to the table?
Are you joking?
Did I start?
That's rude. That is very rude. I don't should he be asking me that? That's actually rude. But I bring a lot to the table. You know that I have a 9-to-5. You know that I have a fashion business that I'm about to open.
Yeah, which I help you with.
Yeah, you help me with it, but I don't think it's...
She didn't say anything about being his helpmate at all. Her money, that's great, cool, but guys need somebody to help them and propel them, inspire them to do the things that they do for the family, right? But let's continue.
You to say, what do I bring to the table? So are you trying to say I don't bring anything to the table?
I feel like you could just definitely do a bit more. Obviously, me leading the finances, obviously, as I said, I'm the provider. I feel like Deborah can definitely do a bit more. Obviously, I feel like she's actually anchoring me rather than both lift or elevating together.
Well, when you get the house, then maybe I could do more. But for now, the house isn't here yet.
So you don't want to do nothing
else.
Okay, so we clearly got a situation where she doesn't value him at all, only the things that he can do for her, right? She said maybe. She didn't say once you get the house, I'll do this, XYZ. She said maybe if you get the house, I'll do that, right? So she is not looking to contribute anything to this man's life. She's only looking to take. She's what I would call a leech, right? So look, guys, recognize the type of women that you're dealing with, because this is his fault. He created this, right? He created this for himself. He didn't create her and her conditioning. He created this situation for himself by trying to wife a woman with standards like this, right? Who wants all of this expensive stuff. You got to be able to maintain that lifestyle. If you can't, then that ain't the woman for you, and you don't need to be setting those type of expectations. Let's.
I will hold up my end of the, relationship, but at this present moment in time, it's up to you as a man to get us there. That's just my view.
Okay.
Ridiculous.
And that's not the way you see it?
100% not. I feel like in times like this, I feel like we should be elevating together. Like, this is the reason why we're actually in therapy right now, to actually...
Okay, so how would you like me to help you? I don't understand.
Do you even save?
We're not going to discuss about that. That's what we're not going to do. I don't want to talk about what my savings on TV, like, it's not that serious. The fact is, you're my boyfriend, and what
She just ducked the question on saving. She doesn't save money. Guys, she need to be kicked to the curb. This woman is only hindering this guy. Make sure y'all keep an eye out for women like this that y'all come across.
Aspect of you as my man is to provide for me at this present moment in time. Like I said, when we get married, if we get married, then we'll think about things that I need to do. But for now, you need to take us there. Like, that's just it.
Guys, it's a lot of nuggets to take away from this one. All right. First off, the women that you allow in your life is your fault. All right. So this woman, she was pretty much a gold digger, right? She only valued this man based on what he could provide for her. And he didn't see that early on. And now he's paying for it later on, right? Spending $5,000 on a Gucci bag. She wants Fendi. She wants a Gucci bucket hat. And she also wants that vacation. And if he can't provide it, then there's going to be issues in a relationship because of the woman that he chose. So make sure that you guys are choosing the right women, right? Because you might want a woman that you might approach a woman and, you know, she might be Balenciaga down, Gucci down, Fendi down. But if she is used to a certain lifestyle, you have to make sure that you can maintain that lifestyle for that woman, right? You can't introduce a lifestyle to a woman and then not maintain that lifestyle, right? As parents, you guys have to make sure you're not spoiling your children rotten because you never had something when you were growing up. Just because you didn't have it, that don't mean you go to the opposite extreme, give your children everything, and now they end up with the same issue that you had, right? A lot of times in life, we overcompensate for our trauma, right? So when we go through a childhood of not having anything at all, a lot of times, when we get it all, we tell ourselves, man, I'm gonna make sure my kids got it all. Got this, got that, PlayStations, Game Boys, Jordans, all of this different stuff, right? But not knowing that that's just as much a problem as not having anything at all. You guys, balance is the key, right? So watch the women you have in your life. Make sure you're not setting expectations for a relationship in which you can't maintain. Make sure as parents that you guys are not spoiling your children, because then they come out like this and then they're no good for future relationships, right? Think about these things. But look, if you guys got any thoughts, any comments, let me know your thoughts in the comment section, okay? That's all I got for this one. Salute.